Back to the charts with Big Boss Crypto, bringing on a day trading analysis on Bitcoin on Chainlink. Who said trading was hard? Well, it's not as hard as you think, because the market maker always uses this structure, and I told you in my last video that if we break this high of 17,127, we would form a W bottom, and we did, and now we are currently on our way up. But where are we heading, and where do you take profits on your longs? Well, let's look at the charts. So let's start off with the market make structure, which I've talked about on this channel for a while. This is the usual market make structure which he uses when he traps traders going long or going short. Basically, we form a W bottom, which we form right now. And we are currently in our first leg up. We are waiting for that first retrace. After that comes the second leg up, second retrace, and then the third and final leg up. And that is usually when we form a W top. And that is where price reverses and goes to the downside again with 3 steps as well. So this is the usual market make structure. And we have formed our famous W bottom. And we are waiting for price to move even higher according to the market make structure. So we are basically in this top out structure here on the first leg. And we are waiting for the second leg up and then the third and final leg up. That's basically what we can expect from the market maker going into this week. We can see that we have stalled in this 17.2k area. I told you that we had a big volume candle to the upside above 17k, and we are currently grabbing that liquidity to the upside. We still have some more left at 17.480, and if we break that, we could go all the way up to 17.6k. And I think we could top out in the 18k area before we get that W top formation and price reverses. But that is basically what we can expect later during the week, and I will be here with you, guiding you if that happens. So we can see that we are currently stalling in the 17.2k area. We do have some volume candles to the downside that we need to be mindful of, because they always get recovered at some point. So the closest one is here at 16.967 approximately, and we can expect a retrace down because we are expecting the first retrace coming in this bigger W structure which we have formed, and we are waiting for the first retrace, and that is where we can go to the next leg up here and grabbing the volume in this area where there's a lot of orders for the market maker to fill his orders, because if someone has to sell, someone has to buy, and vice versa. And here there are a lot of sell orders, so someone needs to buy those, and that's the market maker showing his presence, giving people, retail traders, some FOMO. So this is the area where they will fill a couple of orders in, and that's where we can expect a second retrace and going into the third and final leg up. But that's later during this week. I'll be here to guide you during that. Let's look at the news events during this week. Today we have no news as far as I can see. There's a bank holiday in Japan, so not much will happen. Tomorrow, however, we will have Jerome Powell, the Almighty, speaking. He will probably talk about the current situation in the economy and the latest news that we had last week with the unemployment rates and so on. So we'll probably talk about that. We'll see if there will be any market moves. However, on Thursday there's a big news day because we had the CPI numbers coming out, which is the core price inflation numbers. So those will be huge. We have the unemployment claims as well. And we have the consumer sentiment coming out on Friday. So Thursday is going to be a big day. So if you're like insecure about what to do during this week, or if you are in a trade and you're like, should I take my profits or should I create some stop losses, I suggest to you that it's a good idea, however it's not financial advice, that you do that before Thursday, before the news event, because Thursday is going to be a volatile day and you can expect some volatility to the upside and to the downside. But not financial advice. This is just for education and entertainment purposes only. Looking at the liquidation map, we can see that a lot of people have been FOMOing into longs recently, and we can see there's a cluster of them liquidation points to the downside here, starting basically from, we can see this high here, from 16.5k up to 16.9k. There's a lot of liquidations going on in this area, so if the market maker wanna grab those, he will move price there pretty quickly, and we can expect a first retrace down to this area, possibly because we did have volume candles in this area as well. So might be an interesting zone for the market maker to grab during today. However, I think they will move up and grab the money which is present here to the upside at 18k, 18.3k. And I think we might top out this week in that area, and a lot of people will FOMO in, so this cluster will grow even higher if they don't grab it, because a lot of people will buy because they think the bottom is in and the new year is here, and wow, this is gonna be the huge bull run. We're gonna get the all-time high this year. A lot of people talk about it, I've seen on Twitter, but I don't think that's a good idea because the economy is pretty bad, and we talked about what to expect from the Fed this year. So be very careful with your high leverage longs. I do think we'll move up to 18k before we reverse down to 15k again. But moving on to Chainlink, then we can see that it's been moving aggressively to the upside, and in my last video we were in this current zone. I expect a recovery of this volume candle, which I'm pointing at right here, and we did expect a retrace here, and it happened. It came even lower, and that is where we formed a W bottom structure and we moved out of there. Please watch my latest day trading video because I have left this in the chart. I drew this off last time and I expect a top formation at $6.8 and we're moving toward that aggressively. So please watch that latest video to understand this trading strategy that I use. So let's remove the recovered volume candles in this zone and draw off the next ones, because we moved aggressively and we have created some volume candles in this area, which I'm going to draw out on the 1 hour time frame, basically all the way down here. We're going to mark it off red because that indicates short for me. You do however you want to do. If you want to add colors or not, that's up to you. However, we have formed our W structure in this area. We haven't yet retraced, so I do think this volume candle will get recovered in our first retrace. So the chart will probably look something like this. I think we might possibly top out sooner rather than later before the US session, when the US stock market opens, and that is where we might form our next leg up to $6.5, and then we will top out possibly at $6.8. We could move even up to $7.2. That is a possibility because Chainlink has been moving aggressively to the upside. That's what we can expect from Chainlink during this week. We have some retraces and moves to the upside left, in my opinion, and that coincides with Bitcoin as well. That's it for today's day trading video. I hope you learned something today about the market maker structure and the volume candle recovery. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Big Boss out.